Hello mirrors, so today I'm going to be doing both a general and a love reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of October. I know I'm a little late, so this will apply for most likely from now until the end of October, although some of the messages may apply from the beginning of this month, so you may resonate with that. If you're new here, my name is Whitney and welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you added to my family. If you're interested in a private reading, my rates for October, if you're a new customer, it is $5 for your first question. It'll be a 10 to 15 minute video, and any subsequent question after that will be another 10 to 15 minutes and $7 a piece. You can ask as many questions as you want. Timestamps will be down below if you want to go straight to the general portion or the love portion. But we're going to go ahead and get started, Capricorn. What is going on in... Wow, okay, too many cards. What is going on in October for you guys? The World in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, and then the Knight of Wands also in the reverse. Okay. So the sense I'm getting here is there's something that is unfinished, something that is waiting to be decided on. You may be having trouble making a decision. And why are you having trouble making this decision? Well, it feels like it either goes against your instincts or it goes against your spirituality, like your reasoning for being here. So for example, if you can't decide if you want to stay or leave a job, and you don't really feel like this job is fulfilling you on a deep personal level, you may not move forward in that regard because it just doesn't align with you. And maybe you might not even be sure why you're not able to move this plan forward, why you're not able to commit, why you're so confused as to what to do next. And again, this is just because it doesn't seem to be in alignment with, it could even be like survival instincts with the wands here. But yeah, I have this sense that you are having trouble deciding on what to do and fulfilling the last step in order to move on to the next thing because of this decision. So I'm going to get some clarification just to see what else. So by the way, guys, these are from Five Below. They are a $5 deck. And they are kind of very flimsy. I was about to say kind of flimsy. They're very flimsy. But they are good to learn with. They have explanations on the cards. I don't personally connect to every explanation, but I think that they are good for learning purposes. So if you guys are interested, this deck is $5 either at Five Below or at Five Below the store or Five Below the website. Okay, so the World is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. This on here says young man to 25 years, visitors, messages to share. So you might actually relate to this. I take Knight of Pentacles as being a little bit different. My interpretation is usually that energy where you consistently put in the work to move forward. So you may be waiting on, I feel like these two cards, what really resonates with me is that you're waiting for a resolution. You're waiting for that moment in life where you feel like you've made it. But the universe is saying, no, you are always going to progress. You are always going to be be moving forward. You're always going to be taking those steps. And it may seem sometimes like slow progress, like we have with the Seven of Pentacles here. It may seem like you're not getting much done, but that's not it at all. If you can take a look back in your past and think about where you were a year ago, or even a month ago, 5 years ago, whatever you need to do, start thinking on these things and start realizing how far these little steps have gotten you. And it'll help you make those future steps and not worry about making big, huge, grandiose steps, because it feels like you might want to make a decision just because you feel like you have to, like you're obligated to, like you're not as far as you want to be right now, and you feel like, okay, well, everybody around me has a degree, so I just need to quit my job, move back in my parents, and work on my degree. That may be the case for you, some of you guys. If you really feel that in your heart and your soul, then go for it. I'm not saying don't do that. But if you're doing it because you're comparing yourself to others, I feel like this spread is really saying that just keep taking steps forward. Don't wait for that moment of where you feel fulfilled completely. You need to feel fulfilled in the current moment, and that is going to help you continue to move on in your journey. Because like I was saying, you're having trouble making a decision, and Two of Swords came out. So I was getting that feeling with the Lovers. Lovers, I know this isn't the love portion, so I'm not going to apply that to romance, although it could be for some of you guys. But I think for a lot of you guys, this is just about life in general, and feeling like you need to do something more because you're just not seeing the fruits of your labor. And I do really want to get some clarification cards as far as Oracle goes, because I think that it will really help you know how to connect with this. Because if you are struggling with this, you're looking at your past, you're looking at how things aren't exactly lining up, you're having trouble moving forward because you're kind of gridlocked, you're going to need some spiritual advice in order to help this make sense in a way that moves outside of, you know, the 3D reality that we live in. So let's take a look at that. It was pretty straightforward so far. Cosmic ancestors, voice your concerns. So this I'm so sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, which might actually relate to this. You may actually feel like you have trouble talking to other people about how you feel. You may be keeping this bottled up inside of you. So when I see cosmic ancestors, this could be literally like just speaking out to the void, praying to God or angels, your spirit guides. It doesn't even have to be another person. If you're worried about being judged, or if you have trouble just fully expressing yourself in that way. But I do feel like it's necessary for you to get this out. You can even write it on paper, type it out, whatever is comfortable to you. I feel like this confusion is partially because you haven't even figured out what it is you're confused about. You haven't even figured out what are these things you need to face the decision on. What are these processes in your life that you need to get going, okay? So we have the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is well-being. So this could be the chakra that you need to work on, okay? Your sacral chakra is about your creativity. It is about bringing things into life. And I feel this way. I feel like maybe you're kind of going on the path that's expected, or feeling like you need to, when the universe feels like you need to bring a little bit of creativity into your life. This could be that a lot of you guys are dealing with a partner, because we do have the Lovers and sacral chakra here, but that will be for some of you guys. Again, I'm going to be doing the love portion about 20 minutes in, so we'll see if anything comes up there. So this says, I honor and respect my body by giving it what it deserves to thrive. I provide myself with the best of food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatments, and thoughts. I only consume foods and liquids that were designed by nature to be in the body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. I make time to rest, as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. So this will most likely help you with these struggles you've been having. So if you don't know how to voice your concerns, or you've done it and you're still stuck, this is saying to start treating your body a little better. This is going to help the energy move through the chakras, because if your root, because this is also related to root, if your root chakra, sacral chakras are blocked, you're going to have a lot of heart. I am so tongue-tied. This is not normal for me. I don't know what's going on. Capricorn, I feel like I'm picking up on your energy. I'm sorry guys if you're feeling this way. I do think it's really going to help you to help yourself have this energy flow. So exercising and eating better, respecting yourself, is going to help this energy start flowing through your chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, up to the solar plexus, where you can start feeling, what is my purpose here? Why am I here? And then connect it to your heart chakra, connect it to you know, how you can help others, how you can love yourself and extend that energy to others. And then to the throat chakra, the expression, which might be why you're having trouble expressing things. And then to the third eye, seeing the illusion, seeing what's holding you back, seeing things for as they really are, not as what we want them to be. And then, of course, the crown chakra, being connected to higher source, your divine potential, your blueprint. So conclusions are within reach. This is really wonderful, because this is saying that even if you feel like this decision is so far off, which you might feel like that with the Knight of Pentacles, you are going to reach some conclusion. You are going to come to a decision. You're going to come to a final decision to move forward, and the next cycle can begin. We have balanced career and home life. So you are Capricorn, so you might be feeling super connected to your work life and not balancing out your home life. And this might be part of what this decision is about. It might be part of what's holding you back. You may feel like you want to take a promotion, but you know that promotion is going to add another 10 hours to your workload every week, and maybe you're already feeling kind of disconnected to your family. This is an example. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but you know, it could be various things for various people. But the universe is really saying that once you do this, the career part, the decision, the flow of energy is going to come out very naturally. It's not going to be something you're going to have to work at super hard. So these are quotes to meditate on. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to live in equanimity, free of hatred and attachment. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful would it be if all sentient beings were free of suffering and its causes. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. This says the 4 immeasurable thoughts. So these could be 4 issues that you're dealing with. Feeling, you know, wanting to live in equanimity, free of you know, feeling negativity and being super attached to things, wanting to be happy, wanting to be free of suffering and all of the causes, wanting not, you know, looking back and understanding that when you were birthed into this world and you were indoctrinated in its beliefs, it caused a separation between you and source, which, like, the answer here is the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. So to me, this is really a card of transformation, and it's really a sign to think on these things and think about how your conditioning, which we all have, it's nothing personal to you, Capricorn. We all deal with this. What kind of conditioning have you been subjected to in this lifetime, and how has that affected what you want, what you think you want, I should say, and what's expected of you, how, you know, you feel obligated towards certain things? I think that this month is a really good time for contemplation, and I think it will help you on your next steps in life if you allow it to. So we have patience in the reverse. Yeah, it really feels like you're wanting to move things forward really quickly without actually considering the fullness of it. And that's why you may feel kind of stuck. You may feel confused. You may feel like you're getting nowhere. And patience is really important, because this is a law of attraction universe. We have to create the energy of having within us, and knowing, and peacefulness, and truth, and calmness, love and light, all the beautiful good things. That's what patience is really about. Because when we have those things, we don't, you know, as long as our basic needs are taken care of, which they will be if you call on that kind of energy, you're going to have your needs met. You're going to know the right way to go. You're going to know what is actually in alignment with you. We have unconditional love, the Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. So for some of you guys, you may want to talk to your mother, because I'm getting here with cosmic ancestors. It may actually help you on your path. You may want to consider how your mother raised you, or the struggles that she went through, your ancestors went through. You know, these things are carried down through our DNA, and they're also carried down through nurture, not just nature. So this could be a sign for some of you guys to do that. It's also just showing me that you need to have unconditional love. Think of yourself as an innocent child who's wounded, who's hurt, who needs someone to understand and to, I know this word has such a negative connotation, but like coddle them. It's okay to coddle yourself sometimes. It doesn't mean that you stay stuck in loops and you stay stuck in patterns. It just means that you show compassion for yourself, and it could be compassion for others, but in this case, I'm really feeling like you need more compassion for yourself. Cancer, I mean, I don't know why I said Cancer. I think because this energy, a lot of this energy is Cancer. You may be dealing with Cancer energy, but Capricorn can oftentimes be very, very rigid and very like strategic in what they do, but then forget the like love part of it, forget the flowy part of it. Very similar to Virgo energy, which is also reminiscent of this card. Wow, this card's been coming out a lot, guys. Sexuality. So we have the sacral chakra here. So there seems to be some element a lot this month, because this card has come out so many times, where it's really necessary to understand how your sexuality connects to your well-being. It could be that you're just in maybe a toxic relationship, a toxic FWB situation. But more than anything, I just feel like it's getting in touch with your goddess, your inner god and goddess, and feeling that like flowy, free, sensual, wild, a magnetic, attractive energy, that feminine energy. That's really the main message I'm getting from there. I'm going to use this to clarify. Air elemental. I embrace the element of air, and I'm open to all knowledge and wisdom. So yeah, so like I was saying, that like flowy, yeah, this isn't watery. So you're not being emotional. You're combining your intelligence and finding truth within that feminine beauty, within that sensuality. I mean, when I say feminine beauty, you can be a man listening to this. We all have feminine and masculine within us. The feminine is the allowance. It's the flow and the surrendering, and it's a lot of people don't like to hear this, but chaotic energy, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just energy that has yet to be defined by masculinity, while this air and air elemental is about masculinity. So this is really tempering those two things together, which Patience card here in this deck reminds me a lot of temperance. So needing to have that balance. We are the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Again, a mother card coming up. You may be a mother or dealing with your mother again, or dealing with your feminine ancestors. But I love this card because of birth as a portal. And this doesn't have to be physical birth, although for some of you it might be with sacral and this card coming up. So you may be dealing with pregnancy. That might be why you're kind of confused at this time. But for most of you, it's going to be birthing this new idea into reality, coming into a new understanding and a new way of seeing the situation, so you can move forward and use the birth of something new as to literally quantum jump, dimensional jump into another reality, okay? Which sounds kind of crazy, but hey, if you're on my channel, this is what I'm all about. So I highly recommend looking into law of attraction, quantum leaping, that kind of thing. I do believe there are infinite realities out there, and our consciousness can inhabit any one of them. And that is what the universe is calling you to understand, that life is so much more open than maybe what you've been making it out to be for a long time. So I am going to get started on the love reading, Capricorn. Okay, let's get started. It's a little bit too much. Magician did pop out. We'll see if he comes out again. Sorry, I was trying to get 3 cards and like 5 popped out. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Oh, that one wanted to come out. The Page of Wands. And then the Page of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing one more. So, yeah. If one more wants to come out. If not, okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. So here I'm seeing that you might be dealing with someone who's not quite on your level, okay? When 2 pages come up, it could be that you're dealing with someone who just kind of wants to give you the bare minimum, especially if you're coming out in this High Priestess position where you're really kind of in your element. I know the general reading kind of, it didn't show that you were in your element so much, that you're more in a process of learning, but I feel like this is you this month, that you are in that process of learning and contemplating. You might be seeing your person as not giving enough, like not giving what you deserve, not being on your level. It could be also that you are in like a new relationship with these pages here with the wands and the cups, or maybe you're in like a friends with benefits kind of relationship, but you want more. So I really feel that the lesson here with the Hanged Man in the reverse is that you may be struggling to see how things are playing out. You may struggle to see the future of this. You may be struggling to see this other person's point of view, or feeling like this is nowhere to go. It's going nowhere, sorry. So a lot of tarot readers at this point will say you're dealing with like an F-boy or F-girl, and it's not worth your time and energy. I will not tell you that. And I'm not saying all tarot readers will. There's tons of really amazing people out there that will interpret this in a different way. If you read tarot, I'm sure you understand that this spread alone has various meanings. Anyway, my point being that here, I feel like the lesson is, if you want to turn these pages into kings, if you want to turn them into the counterpart, which I think that the Magician is the counterpart to the High Priestess when I was saying the Magician earlier, because I know in some decks it's the High Priest. So if anybody knows, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with that because I'm almost positive that's what it is. So like I said, Magician came out. Wow, that is really crazy, guys. I said Magician, it did pop out, and I put it back in, and I said I wonder if he came out. And now I'm feeling like we have these two like small little, let me give you bare minimum, let me give you a little bit of my heart. And we have the Page of Wands, which I always feel like this is a guy staring at his stick. Okay. And so giving the bare minimum, and then see, wow, okay, yeah, so you can turn this into something else. You can manifest anything. Like I said at the end of the general reading, you can create a reality where you're not dealing with this F-boy energy. If you want to manifest someone new, by all means, go for it. If you want something new and you don't feel like you have the power to be in a different reality, and like you're not at that point yet, that's okay. Move on if you want. Like I said, the Magician came out, so this counterpart to this High Priestess came out. And I put it back in, and I said he might. Anyway, I love synchronicities in readings. It's one of my favorite parts of reading. So let's go ahead and look at these cards. We have very soon in the reverse. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. This is very reminiscent of the general reading about having trouble deciding, and it feels like this decision to manifest someone new or work towards manifesting a better version of this person, it's going to take time, but I feel like if you make that decision, you're actually going to see more progress than you think. So we have, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, and that is also in the reverse. And again, as I was saying, you may feel like there's not hope for this connection, and the lesson here is to stay optimistic about it and to see the possibilities of things, magnetizing your counterpart towards you, whether it's this person or someone else. That is completely up to you. Okay, we have another reversal, forgiving and learning. So you may have passed either with this person, with your parents, with another partner, and you're having trouble forgiving. That the Hanged Man is like feeling kind of stuck in your own energy and the way your current way of seeing things, without seeing outside the box, without trying to understand from their perspective. I think this will really help you with this process of manifestation and calling someone else in. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Beautiful. So yeah, I do feel like things are going to get easier. I think as long as you start, oops, oh wow, that flew across the room. As long as you start focusing on ways to see things from another perspective, you're actually going to feel a lot more content in what's